Guys, I know I don't do gaming that much on my channel, but we are less than a week away from the Batman hitting theaters, and I really just want to talk about the Batman Arkham franchise. Any way I can get away with on my channel talking about Batman, I'm gonna fucking do it. Alright guys, but today we're talking about the Batman Arkham franchise in 2022. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I played these games from 2009 to 2015. So I was there from the beginning, and I was there until the end. So I know everything about it. I play these games on all consoles, including PC and PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 3, 4, 5, fucking Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the Series X. So I know what I'm getting myself into with these games, and I basically have these games memorized. But how are we going to do it? We're breaking it into 4 little mini sections, talking about each game individually, giving a rating for each one, and let's get into it.
Gun.
Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham Asylum, I remember playing Arkham Asylum over my uncle's house on the PS3 right when it came out in August, and it was around 2009, that summer vibe, and I remember going over his house every day to play it, and it was like 3 times a week, so it took me about a month to finish the game, so to speak, but there are so many things that I love about Batman Arkham Asylum. First and foremost, I give the actual Batman Arkham trilogy, which is Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, a 10 out of 10. You guys obviously knew that. But let's talk about what I really loved about Batman Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum had this such creepy environment vibe to it, and that's something I loved, and it really sticks out between all the rest of the Arkham games that come after. I love the suit design. I love this design of the Batmobile. The design of Arkham Asylum is very, very gothic, what you want from Arkham, to say the least. All the character designs look awesome as well. The score in this game, though, is very creepy, it really sets the vibe for the game as well. But the whole game's got that claustrophobic vibe, Batman being locked in the asylum and going up against all his rogues. We go up against Killer Croc, Bane, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Joker. Who would have thought? I almost just had a stroke there, but who would have thought that we would get a game like this? The game also, great mechanics as well. Fighting abilities, Predator abilities, gliding. Just being Batman is what this game really made come true. The story is really straightforward, to say the least, but also unique. You have Batman getting locked in Arkham Asylum, and he has to go up against all his rogues to get to the Joker, who escapes custody, and Joker's got the subplot that I liked with Titan, and then we see that Joker ends up turning into a Titan Joker, basically a big buff badass Bane, and Batman's got to fight him. I liked all that. Now, one of the things that this game does suffer is the boss battles compared to future iterations of the Arkhamverse, I guess you'd say, but I'm willing to put that aside. This is the first game in the whole franchise, and it's something about it to this day that I loved going back to revisit it on the PS5, and it's awesome. It's a great game, and it's an incredibly graphic looking. It looks great. It really does. From 2009 graphics, this is really definitely on par, and it has aged well, I would say the least. It still looks great to this day. Batman Arkham City. Now, everybody will agree that Arkham City is probably the best out of the franchise, from a narrative standpoint, to mechanics, to the look of it as well. The narrative, basically Hugo Strange capturing Bruce Wayne. Batman knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Batman's got to go around and stop Protocol 10, or basically stop Arkham City from it is going to happen. Then we have some subplots with Ra's al Ghul and Joker. We know Joker dies in the end. What a big fucking what the fuck moment, right guys? But let's really talk about Arkham City. Now, I remember pre-ordering Batman Arkham City. I remember taking off the Tuesday it came out of school. I was in like 2nd grade and went home, and I was playing it on the Xbox 360. Isn't it crazy? I go from PS3 to Xbox 360, then Arkham Origins was the 360 as well, and then Arkham Knight was Xbox One. But one of the things that is great about Arkham City is it has great boss battles. The game looks great too. A lot more free roam aspects. We have a lot of side quests. We're joined by a lot of rogues in the side quests. Mad Hatter, Hush, Zsasz. Who would have thought? Once again, these characters show up, and we are joined by almost all of Batman's rogues, including, who would have thought, we get prize characters too. We have Two-Face, we have Riddler. Oh, don't even get me started with the Riddler trophies, guys. You know how many times I fucking did those, especially in Arkham Nightmare. 243 riddles, can't get that out of my head. Two-Face, Riddler, Penguin, Clayface, who would have thought? Solomon Grundy, who would have thought? The Joker, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, brief cameo. All these characters we get to see. Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul, all these characters we get to see in this Arkham game and interact with all of them. Catwoman as well, James Gordon, Robin, Nightwing. Not really Nightwing that much, but all these characters to interact with and to go through the story with, it was just a phenomenal treat. Now, I will say that the game for me started off with Bruce Wayne being in the chair getting interrogated by Hugo Strange. I didn't have Xbox Live at the time to play the Catwoman episodes or redeem them, so I actually got them afterwards, and then I replayed the story with all those filling in the plot holes, I guess you'd say, and the Harley Quinn Revenge, get that with the DLC, and it's just a great big meaty game. You get your money's worth in Batman Arkham City, and that's what I loved about it. The mechanics, the graphics, the score, a heroic score to say the least, and all the mechanics, the graphics, they look incredible and really well improved, and I love the game to death. It is not my favorite, however, but I love the game to death, and obviously it's a 10 out of 10. Batman Arkham Origins, my least favorite Arkham game out of the bunch, developed by WB Games Montreal. This is the first time Rocksteady is not making an Arkham game, but let's get into what I liked and did not like about Arkham Origins. First things first, I did not enjoy the score, the actual musical score from Arkham Origins, and I didn't really enjoy the voice actors, Troy Baker and the guy that voiced Batman. I didn't really enjoy it. Enjoy their iterations of Joker and Batman. I didn't really like that. The suit was a cool design for the suit, to say the least, but it didn't feel like an Arkham vibe suit. We know how it's kind of more of a onesie, I guess you'd say, or compare the Arkham Asylum and City suit to he's got in Arkham Origins. It kind of doesn't seem and add up. And the storytelling aspect, I think, is the biggest problem for me for this game. We are joined by an earlier Batman from the Arkhamverse that is suited up, and he's got a $50 million bounty on his head placed by Black Mask, which we know the big twist. Whoa, Black Mask is the Joker. What a surprise. No, I knew that. But we also get joined by a couple new rogues that we haven't seen before in the Arkhamverse. Deathstroke, Firefly, Copperhead, and they were cool. They were cool to see. Bane and Joker were in the game as well. But I want to talk about the problem with this game for me. It really was the narrative. It just didn't feel connected to the Arkhamverse. It felt like it was its own thing. And that's why I feel like whenever you see Xbox or Microsoft or Sony advertise the Arkham Collection, the Arkham Trilogy, it's the Rocksteady trilogy. They don't like to include Arkham Origins because there are times that are hinted in Arkham Knight, to say the least, that our Origins is kind of connected. But to this day, if you said to me that Batman Arkham Origins is not canon, I'd say, yeah, it doesn't make sense to be canon. That's just my opinion. But also the big thing too is it's just overall the game open world aspect too, and the side quests and the Enigma packs, it just wasn't immersing as Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were, to say the least. The snow, very, very, like, it felt like a really slow game and didn't have any, like, oomph to it, to say the least. And Arkham, it felt like with a lot of the mechanics too, honestly, the graphics in Arkham Origins seemed like a downgrade to the graphics in Arkham City, and Origins came out in 2013, Arkham City came out in 11, so that's saying something, right guys? But also, mechanic wise, there's nothing really new and improved mechanics. They literally feel like the same mechanics from Arkham City. That's just my opinion, I'm just saying. But overall, I rate Batman Arkham Origins a 7 out of 10. There are fun things about it, especially the boss battles are phenomenal. The boss battles between Bane, Deathstroke, Firefly, Copperhead, even Joker in the chapel. It was cool. Those boss battles are what's holding this game up to the 7 out of 10. But overall, the gameplay really mediocre at best, and the story was what the narrative really made it suffer for me. And a weak score, to say the least. Arkham Knight. Now, I remember everything about Batman Arkham Knight. The midnight release at GameStop, there was a competition going on with Injustice. I came in second place, won an art sign thing for Batman Arkham Knight, but I also got the $100 edition, statue, steelbook edition. I'm going to say this right now, guys. Season of Infamy. We're talking every DLC. This game is a 10 out of 10, and it is my favorite. Now, there are problems in Arkham Knight. Well, let's get out there. The Batmobile, I thought, and the boss battles were pretty weak. The Batmobile, yes, it's overused, but I still think it's badass. I really do. But the biggest thing that I really liked, with the score being great and the graphics and the mechanics being fucking amped up for this last game by Rocksteady, I really did enjoy the narrative. The narrative of it really feeling like it's Batman's endgame. Right, we are joined by the Arkham Knight, who I figured the reveal was Red Hood, and I liked the reveal. I liked what Batman got put through in this game with the Joker being in his mind with the blood toxin from Arkham City. I liked all those aspects, and he's joined by Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing throughout this game. Azrael, to say, like, it's a great game. It really is. The graphics came out 7 years ago from now. The game came out in 2015. We're in 2022. The graphics still look fucking phenomenal. But Scarecrow looks awesome. All the suit designs, the character designs in this game, the Batmobile designs, including the DLC, phenomenal job by Rocksteady. But overall, when I think of Arkham Knight, I do think of it. That's the truth. That's the biggest truth that I gotta say. And I played this game on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and the best fucking, I guess you'd say, the best console to play all these games on are the PS or PlayStation. But guys, let me know your thoughts below on the Arkham trilogy. Do you guys agree with me? Let me know your rankings below on all 4 Arkham games. Do you agree with me? Like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.